It is February 2020. Welcome to Murray's monthly marketing mashup. We're going to look at consumer confidence and consumer spending. We're going to look at the difference in growth rates between traditional or brick and mortar versus e-commerce, and then see what's going on regarding e-commerce specifically. The difference between the pandemic and any recession prior was that consumer spending did not drop. Where in a recession, once confidence goes down, it tells us consumers will spend less. This was not a financially inspired issue. This was a health inspired issue. And as you can see, consumer spending did not fall during 2020. What we have seen over the past couple of years is that traffic to malls over a 30-day period of time continues to trend down, slow and steady. When we look at the 12-month average ending in the spring of 2021, we see that only 43% of us adults here in the US visited an in-store mall. We should expect a big jump, a big increase moving forward back to that trend line. But again, that trend line is pointing down. In 2018 to 2019, the growth rate for traditional consumer spending, retail and trade, was up 2%, but e-commerce was up 13%. In 2020, in-store or traditional retail and trade was down 3%, and e-commerce was up 26%, doubling its growth rate from the prior year. It's not that consumers stopped spending. How, where, that's what changed. In 2021, we saw the rebound, the big increase back to traditional or brick and mortar stores, but e-commerce was still up 18%, growing even above its pre-pandemic levels. Over the past 3 years, here it is, in-store brick and mortar grew 20%, and growing at 2.5 times that was e-commerce, almost at 50% over 3 years. So what did we see over the past couple of years? Well, we saw brick and mortar retailers enter the e-commerce game. We saw them do it, many of them with mobile apps. We saw the inclusion of social media influencers in campaigns, and we saw events online to engage those consumers. On average, last year, during the typical month, 180 million of us were shopping online. And 93% of those of us who shopped online also bought online. E-commerce is huge. It's here to stay. It's continuing to grow. What we saw out of Scarborough is when we looked at categories shopping, that more of us shop for home accessories, then apparel, then sporting goods, more than anything else. When we look at online shopping, we see more of us are shopping for apparel, then home accessories, and again, sporting goods coming in the third slot. The last column I'm sharing is what percent of total category shoppers do some of their shopping online. 73% of those shopping for music and video shopped online. Over half of those shopping in the apparel category, in the game, toy, and hobby category, over half were shopping online. Almost half of those shopping for books, for costume jewelry, for flowers, were shopping online. If you go to the bottom of the list, the dry cleaners, the day spas, people don't select a different one of these establishments on a weekly basis. This is a thin market. And while the opportunity may not appear to exist, it really does, because their consumers are online. The difference in marketing is that it takes on more of a Toma style campaign. Left to right, the youngest adults here in the country to the oldest, the lowest household income to the highest. And what you'll see is that 85% of the youngest adults are shopping online over a 3-month period of time. 84% of middle-aged adults, and even 63%, almost 2/3 of those aged 55 and plus. Of those young adults, 95% of those shopping online wind up buying online. 95% of those middle-aged adults who shop online buy online, and even 9 out of 10 of the oldest adults here in the US, 9 out of 10 of those people who shop online buy online. Then you'll see the same thing for income. 2/3 of the lowest household income group, and it only grows as income goes up. And of those who shop, 90% are buying, 92, 95%. These are staggering figures. So what did we learn? We saw the pandemic accelerated new participation in e-commerce. We saw the big increase to brick and mortar or traditional right? But that's off of that depressed base. We are going to return to that downward long-term trend line. We know e-commerce will continue to grow in pure dollar and its share of category sales. This will come from some new participation, but equally important, the increased frequency that people are shopping online today. E-commerce is more than online buying, as the shopping process also goes hand in hand, and not all categories are created equally. The importance of targeting, whether it's a niche or a heavy shop category. And we saw tons of developments in technology over the past 2 years. Everyone's got a chat box. You see voice and conversational shopping, diverse payment methods, video marketing, VR, subscription programs out the wazoo. That is the technical term. Omnichannel experiences, mobile commerce, and we expect the same to continue in 2022. Experimentation, which would include product visualizers, product builders, 3D mapping, all ways to help consumers visualize, explore, and try products online. Well, I thank you for joining me. Hopefully, we'll see you next month. Take care, everyone.